Am I
Are
done
you
what?
done? Are you done complaining?
How am
Is
I
that
complaining? I came to ask SD if he actually agreed with you.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and he said that he respected my decision. So
That's
that's
not
done.
really what
You
I
done?
said.
Yeah, I think it was okay for Brandon to mute
There
you
you go.
in that channel. Yeah,
So why are
but
you
I
still
removed
here?
it
So,
You
later
just
on.
want
so
to
the rules say that you
argue with
can't
people
talk
about
about
nothing.
someone's personal appearance.
The rules say don't be a cunt, and I
Okay, I think
decided
you're a
that you were
cunt. How
being a
about that?
cunt. Yeah, well, you don't
I
have
think muting
the
people is a cunt
permissions
move. Do I
to
get to
mute
mute
me,
you?
do you? So no, because you're not a mod.
Okay, must be nice.
Cool. All right, so you are done, right? Oh wait, no, you're not because you want to keep talking about nothing.
I'm talking about
Blah blah
biased
blah.
mods. That's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
hang on. I mean, let him put his case forward. What is it that you want to like make a case for, Skep?
It's a rhetorical conversation. She started it. I was engaging.
I didn't
We were
start
all
it.
talking shit to each other. And then I
I
say
didn't
something
make
about someone's personal appearance, which is totally
Okay.
legit in a rhetorical conversation. We're
Oh,
all
it's
throwing insults. It's all part of the game. Okay,
no,
that
not
is definitely not below the belt at all in any way. Like I said,
even.
it happened to me
What
yesterday.
what
It's
insults
it's
were thrown
totally
to
fair.
you in that
I do
conversation?
not expect. I take it. Everybody should take it. That is totally above the belt in my opinion.
Okay, that's your
Keep it going.
opinion, and we've
Yeah,
already said we
that's my
disagree.
argument.
But what was the actual insult towards you?
What, yesterday?
Was it called?
No,
Was it because
now.
I called you
You said
stinky?
we
Was
were
it called
all
I called you
insulting each other.
stinky?
If we were all insulting each other, quote one of the insults towards you.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
she it started right
is
off
it
the
because
bat where
is it
she's
'cause
like,
I
"Oh,
Yeah,
atheist."
hang on. Let him speak. Let him speak. Go on.
It started right off the bat where she's like, "Oh, atheist, what?" Like that's clearly, starting shit. I engaged, that's the way it goes. Like the don't people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's not that
I'm not in a
difficult.
glass
Yeah,
house.
I'm
It
the
doesn't.
only.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
bro,
gender me properly, please,
this.
because I'm a that. I'm a
Come
that.
on.
Okay. So please call me a
Right. Well,
that.
the way it's
Do
gone is
not
that
call
you
me
got
a she.
muted, and now
I'm a
you're
that.
unmuted. So are you done?
Okay.
We've already established that we don't care
What
that you
have
think
what have we
it
established
was.
exactly?
I said, well, you know, you didn't let me finish. I was literally about to tell you. We've already
Okay.
established that we don't care that you think it was an unjustified mute. It happened,
Who's
and
this
now you're
we?
unmuted. It doesn't matter. If you want to continue to talk about it, go ahead. You're just being a retard. There's no
Yeah,
reason to
I'm
keep
I'm
talking
the
about it.
retard because I engage in a rhetorical conversation, which I
Blah,
clearly
blah, blah.
win,
We've
and you
already
can't handle it, and
established
you have to
that we
mute
don't
me.
care that you think it was unjustified. I
Blah blah
muted you.
blah blah.
You're unmuted now. Who gives a fuck?
Well, hang on.
You
I
have to
mean,
talk over me,
I
but
want
you
to
can't mute me.
like clarify. Sorry, did you want to go ahead, Skep? I just got a question to clarify something that I don't quite
Yeah.
understand. But you can go ahead if you want. I'll ask it once you're finished.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Like you said, rhetorical conversation. A couple of times. Like, what exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean it like sort
I
of
mean, like
jokey back and forth?
yeah, jokey bullshit, shit talking. Like rhetoric is where you use emotions and you use ad homs and that sort of thing. It's not like honest, like grounded discussion. It's different, which I forget the name for. But there's rhetoric and then there's like dialectic or something. Um,
Yeah,
and rhetoric is
rhetoric
where
is basically sophistry.
yes,
It
right.
shouldn't really include ad homs though.
Um, but it
Anyways,
does,
besides the point,
frankly,
it's a
it
meme
does,
channel.
and I would actually argue that
Literally
the best
a
kind of
meme
rhetoric
channel.
does include ad homs. And SD that I can have a
It should
conversation
include
without
ad
ad homs.
homs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you can. I said that before you came in actually, and people will vouch for me saying that because I moderated your debate with Perspective Philosophy, right? And I was saying what a
and
bloody
other debates.
good job that you did.
And
You put a lot of time and effort into actually preparing an opening statement and stuff, which
which
I
he didn't
wasn't.
do.
No, exactly, he didn't do, and I wasn't expecting you to do. But
All right.
yeah, I mean, like it's just a shame
So,
that
so
you sort of resort to like calling people ugly and stuff because it just means that people don't take you very seriously, and it's a shame, you know.
I mean, to me, it's just part of the game. If I'm having a real, actual discussion with somebody that wants to actually understand my point, and I want to understand theirs, then that's one thing. And then that's like boxing or something. And then there's rhetoric, where people are just like, oh fuck you, and this bullshit. And to
Can I
me, I
respond?
think I'm really good at that, and I enjoy it, and it makes me laugh, and I just enjoy it. If it makes people take me a little bit less seriously or whatever, that's, to me, that's really neither here nor there. I enjoy it, and I like to do it. And
Okay.
if people are engaging
Okay.
in it with me, I don't think that they have any right to be like, oh, that he crossed the line there. That just means that they lost.
Okay, well
Skep,
that
That
wasn't
just,
me.
Skep,
That
it's
that
a
wasn't me.
meme
That was
channel.
Brandon.
I told you if you wanted to talk about
and we were all
atheism
talking in
versus
there. We
theism,
were all
you could
talking
go.
in the meme channel.
I
You
told
didn't say, hey,
when I was
go to
talking,
another channel and do this.
I did. I said I
What?
hashtagged the channel, atheism, theism, and I was telling you the whole time, who cares about if she has a different belief to
Yeah,
you?
you didn't say go take this
If
to
she
another
wants to
channel
discuss
or
it,
I'll mute you.
I
You never said
literally
that.
hashtagged it.
You
I
didn't say
didn't
go
say
to
to go
another
there or
channel.
I'll mute you. The mute threat was when you were insulting her appearance, but you were already in that channel for some
Well,
reason
why did I
discussing.
get muted? Pick your
I
poison.
told
Which
you.
one is it?
Oh my god.
Is it
I
because I
told
was
you why I
talking
muted
in
you.
the meme channel, or is it because I was insulting? Which
The
one?
me
Let's
bringing up
let's
you
let's
talking in
let's
the
get a
meme channel
goalpost
is
here.
responding to a different point. I told you why I muted you is because you were insulting her appearance. You're saying, oh, well, it's rhetoric,
It
and
was rhetoric.
enjoy it engaging in rhetoric. But why were you doing it in the first place when I told you that you shouldn't be doing that in that channel? And if you want to have a serious discussion, go to theism
Because I didn't
channel.
appreciate that you were only talking to me when she was also engaging in rhetoric. It's like we're both
Oh
fighting
my.
each other, and you say, "Hey, stop punching her," when she's punching me. I'm just like, "Fuck
I
you,
said it
you're a
in
biased
general.
bot."
I said it in general to go to that
Actually,
channel,
you
and
didn't.
then
You
after
said
you
only to
can
me.
check
You were
it.
talking to me.
I said if you want to,
Who'd you mute?
you being plural, the mute was a different thing. You idiot! Can you follow a conversation? I told you the mute was for insulting her appearance, and then I told you to stop being a
which
cunt, and you
which I
continued
didn't
to be
do
a
after
cunt,
you warned
right?
me. Also,
I said don't be a cunt, and you continued to being
okay.
a cunt, right?
Yeah, to you for being biased. I did not insult her appearance again. So you warned me about one thing,
You were
and
being
then
a cunt
you
afterwards.
mute me for another.
I referenced the rule, and then you continued to break it, and I've already clarified that me bringing up you being in the wrong channel is not why I muted you. So you're trying to
Listen, man. I want to say this to SD because I think that you're
Yeah, I'm here.
frankly a cunt. And I just
you're
want to say this
welcome
to
to think
SD.
that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I do, believe me. I want to say this to SD though.
Well, you think I'm a cunt?
No, no, no.
He thinks
Oh.
I'm a cunt.
Oh, okay,
And I
right.
don't care
Sorry.
what you think. He can think
When a
I'm
mod
a
is
cunt all
engaging
he
in
wants.
rhetoric with me, and then I say something, and then they want to start acting like a mod and threaten just me, I don't respect that. Okay, like call me crazy, but if a mod is engaging in
I
rhetoric with
told you
me,
both.
and then they want to threaten me and say I'm going to mute you because I'm disagreeing with them because I'm engaging in doing the same thing that
What
they're
is it
doing.
you
All
disagreed
right.
with me about? You still haven't clarified this. You were
We
telling
were
me the whole
clearly
time
not
you're
on the
DMing
same
me.
page. We were clearly going at
About
it.
what?
I was saying that
About
you were a
what? I'm
nihilist.
not an atheist.
I said you're a nihilist.
Cool. All right. Cool.
I know.
You just said that. It
What I
doesn't
say is cool.
hold
Why,
any
why,
merit.
why is that contentious? I don't understand.
Why is what contentious?
Him saying he's a nihilist, or you calling him a nihilist, whichever way it went.
He
No,
called
just
me a
my
nihilist.
point is that we were going back and forth, and if he had just popped in and been like, "Hey, I'm a mod," um, don't be insulting or whatever, that would be different, honestly, in my mind. That would be different. But when a mod, and I don't even know who mods are, I don't click on everybody's name. Oh, this is a mod. You know, I was just engaging with him.
Yellow or
We
red.
were engaging in rhetoric. Okay, we were going back and forth, and then all of a sudden he's
All right. I'm
threatening.
gonna go to the channel so I can just quote what I said. Because you're just bullshitting now, and it's annoying.
I'm bullshitting. Well, SD knows me a little bit better than you, and I think he
Yeah,
knows
I don't care
bullshit
if he
right
knows you better. I was literally in the conversation.
now. All right, well,
So
I'm
go and fuck
talking to him,
yourself.
not to you. So
Yeah, I'm
Well,
listening.
you literally just said that to me. You absolute retard. How are you not talking to me if you address me?
I
when you
said
say
this
that?
is for SD, and then
Fucking
I
idiot.
continued to go and say and continue to
You
talk.
said I'm not talking to you. Literally speaking to me. Doesn't make any sense.
I said what I have to say is 4SD.
Okay,
This is
Yeah.
how I
so-
feel
All right.
about
All
it.
right. So yeah,
Right, right
I'm
after
listening.
It's not
right
that
after the
difficult.
discussion started, I said stop ruining meme channel with your atheism versus theism, and you was wait, no, your was referring to both of you, and then I said hashtag theism atheism, linking the channel that you could go to, and then you both continued to talk about bullshit, which
Okay, I
cool.
didn't know that you were a mod, and second of all, I didn't realize that that's what you were trying to say. I honestly
Right,
didn't.
so you realize now that you're wrong, right? Is that
I
what you're saying?
realized, no, yes, I realized that that's what you meant. Okay, and that's a miscommunication. I thought that you were saying that you shouldn't be talking about, like, just don't talk about theism, atheism because it's lame
I
or something.
literally linked the channel.
I'm just telling you that's not what I understood you.
How can you
That's not what I understood
misinterpret
you to
this
mean.
statement? Stop ruining a
You know.
meme channel with your atheism versus theism. Hashtag theism hyphen atheism.
Maybe I
How
didn't
can
read
you
it that
interpret?
closely.
That's your problem. Then it's your fault, and this is all just because you didn't read properly. So learn to read properly
Well, did
and
I
stop
get banned?
complaining
Okay, so
about.
if I had insulted her in the atheism theism channel, I wouldn't have got muted. Is that what you're saying?
If you were both doing
Like, pick your
rhetoric and you were
poison.
actually,
You want to have it both ways. Which is it?
can I speak? If you were both engaging in rhetoric and actually having a discussion, then
Okay,
cool,
so I
whatever.
wouldn't have been muted either way. Is that correct?
She clearly didn't want to debate
You can't
atheism
answer a
versus
question.
theism.
Okay.
Wait, what did you ask?
I said I would have been muted if I had insulted her appearance in either channel. Is that not correct?
I would have warned you if I deemed it necessary. If you
Is
were
it
both
correct or not?
engaging in the
If I
same,
had said the same
it
thing in
depends
the
on
other
the
channel,
circumstances.
if I had
Literally,
said
you're
the
not
same
even
thing,
letting
those would be
me
the
finish. You
circumstances.
fucking idiot.
I
If you
just
said
told you
the
the
same thing in
circumstances,
another channel, I would have warned you the same way.
and
If
I
it
would have
was
been
all the
muted,
same.
right?
If you kept being a cunt.
So if I'd done the same thing, I would have still been muted. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Skep. Look, the first
Then why
like
are we talking about where I said it?
If
it
you were
is.
having a serious
That's
discussion,
not really
there's no.
relevant, is it? I got
If you,
muted because I insulted appearance. So let's stop talking about where I said it because I would have been muted either way.
I told
That's
you
fake. It's not that
earlier
hard.
that you weren't muted for being in the wrong channel. I brought
Okay,
that
then
up
why are we
because
talking
you.
about what channel I was in? I'm here
If
to
you
ask her
It's
also
a
if she's
shouldn't
really
be
in
in
combination
the
of
that.
right
two
channel.
things, right? Okay, you were in the wrong channel
I addressed the
and
point
you
you
were being
made
a bit
with
silly.
the fact
So
that you were in the wrong
Okay.
channel. It
So if
wasn't
I had
why
been
I
in the
muted
right
you.
channel and said what I did, I wouldn't have been muted. That's what I'm being told because there wouldn't have
you
been the
you wouldn't have been
confirmation.
muted that quickly, no.
Is that correct?
You wouldn't even let me finish.
like
So are you
conflation.
gonna let me
But there you
finish
go.
this time? If you were
What?
actually having a serious discussion, then I don't know why you would be insulting each other's parents. And I don't think she wanted to have a serious
Oh,
discussion anyway
are all
about atheism
conversations in
versus
here
theism.
serious? Is this a serious conversation?
It
Sheesh.
depends what you mean by that. A debate would be serious normally, unless you just want to do ad homs, which is retarded in my opinion.
Oh, that's retarded. Okay, so
I said in my opinion.
okay. Well, in my opinion, saying something is retarded is kind of an ad hom, but
All right, cool.
neither here nor there, I guess.
Cool.
You're the mod. Hey, you're the mod.
Cool,
What do I
man.
know?
So, do you want to bring up anything else, or are you done? Of course, you're not done. But what else are you doing?
Jeez, the salt. I get muted, and he's
You
the
wouldn't
one
even let me
being salty.
finish responding to anything you've said. Like,
Okay, right. Here's how we're gonna like finish this conversation. Brandon, you finish responding to whatever you wanted to respond to,
well,
and
he's
then
gone
Skep
off
can
point
respond
now.
to you.
He's gone off point like multiple times, so I forgot why I was.
All right. Well, if it comes back to you, then refresh our memory because to be honest,
Yeah,
I
just
forgot
let
to.
him say his statement first, and then let me actually respond.
All right, Skep, you have the mic.
I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I think I made my case. Whether or not anybody understands basic free speech stuff and mod bias is, I'll just say once again that I mean, I don't even know, frankly, like why I was muted. Like, was it for the appearance or for me? You know, are you
I already
saying like
clarified that.
who is it? Inbred? Are you the guy that muted me?
Yes.
Okay. Are you telling me? Can I actually get an answer to this question? Are you telling me that if I had done the exact same thing in the atheism theism channel, if I had done that exact same thing, you wouldn't have muted me when you did. Is that what you're telling me?
Would you have been actually having a debate on atheism versus theism, or just
What
like
part of if I had done the exact same thing do you not
Is
understand?
this not about you?
My brother.
It's about what? It's about what?
No, what part of if I
Faithy
had
would have been
done
doing
the
as well.
exact same thing, if you had seen the exact same thing in
Okay,
the
are
different
you
channel,
retarded? I
would
said
you have
it's not
still
just
muted
about
me?
what you do. If
Oh
she
my
was
God.
literally
SD, do
insulting
you see
you
this?
in
You
that
can't
channel.
answer a question. Is my question unfair, SD? Golly.
Okay, let me put it this way. If you had been doing the same thing and the whole conversation was the same, including what everybody else was saying in a
Yes,
different channel,
that's what
then
I
you would have
mean.
still been muted, yes.
Okay.
Because you
Okay, so
continued
the
to be a
only
cunt,
relevant thing.
and I told you to
Okay.
stop being a cunt. And being in the wrong channel, it was relevant because I brought that up
Not
for
really.
a different point. It wasn't relevant to why you were muted. I just brought that up because of a different point you made, which I can't even remember now because you kept going off topic for some reason.
Right. Okay. Well, then I rest my case. The channel clearly doesn't matter what channel I was in. That has nothing to do with why I was
It
muted.
doesn't have
clearly.
anything to do with why you were muted. I already established that I was responding
No, I
to a different
established
point you made.
I just established that the
What are you
channel had
talking about?
nothing to do with why I was muted.
I already told you earlier that I was addressing a different point with why
I rest my
you were in
case.
that channel.
I rest my
I
case.
told
Go
you
ahead.
that it isn't why you were muted because you were in that channel.
Right. Let me sort of chip in here because I haven't said too much. Skep, it's a combination of both of the things. Okay, it's a combination of responding with ad homs and being in an inappropriate channel.
All right. Do we have a no ad hom rule now?
Well, I mean, most debaters understand that it's not really the way to go to, make ad hom insults anyway.
But is there an ad hom rule or no?
No, would you like
The
me
thing
to
is,
add
they
one?
weren't debating
I
in the
mean,
first place.
frankly, like, yeah, if you, I mean, no, I wouldn't.
So,
like
so
to
I have
add one.
to add everything that you're not really supposed to do in the server. I mean, come on, that's not realistic, and you know that.
No, I just think that we should. I mean, is the server for kids or for grown-ups? Grown-ups, like, sometimes ad homs happen. It's just part of the game. It's part of.
They do, yeah,
The point
and
is that you weren't
wouldn't get.
debating in the first place. She clearly didn't want
You've
to have
used
a
ad
discussion
homs,
about
SD. I mean,
theism
you
versus
say, oh,
atheism.
this is retarded and
No, I've
you
never
know, blah blah
said
blah blah
that. You
blah.
use the search function. You will not find me saying anything is retarded because
No,
I
You don't think?
don't use insults
Okay,
like that.
okay. You haven't said like Isaac is a this and Isaac is a that and blah 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 blah.
Is a what and is a what? You'd have to give me an example.
You've never insulted Isaac.
Yeah, what? Saying he's an idiot? That's not ad hom. That's just an
That's not an
insult.
ad-hom.
Do you know the difference
doing it
between
as
an
an
ad hom
argument.
and an insult?
Enlighten me.
Yeah,
Ad
to be
hom
as an
is an
argument, like,
insult that has no relevance whatsoever to the argument at hand. Okay, something superfluous like physical appearance. You won't find me doing that.
The point is they weren't even debating in the first place, and Faithy clearly didn't want to debate atheism versus theism. So, like, why were you insulting her? It wasn't ad hom; it was insult because you weren't having a debate.
Someone saying, "I think you're an idiot," right? That's not ad hom. Okay, if they say,
That's
"You're,"
not an ad hom.
no, it's not an ad hom. That's just an insult.
No,
You
an
don't
ad
you
hom
don't
has
know
to
the
be
difference. That's the problem.
Okay, if you say it in an
An ad
argument,
hom
is that
is
an ad hom?
making like somebody's
No,
argument seem irrelevant, like with insults. Essentially.
ad hom
So I could say,
is something derogatory that has no relevance to the argument being presented, right?
Okay.
Such as
if you
people's
say
physical
SD and I
appearance.
were not actually.
you're stupid,
Go ahead.
therefore your argument is wrong.
Okay,
That
so I
would be an
wasn't ad
example of an
homing
ad
then
hom.
because we weren't actually arguing about anything.
You were just
So then it's not
insulting
an
her
ad hom.
for no reason, even though she didn't want to
Right,
debate
and SD has
clearly,
already
which
said
is
that
why I told you to go
he
to the
uses
correct channel,
insults.
because I knew she wouldn't follow you in there.
I didn't hear either of you. I'm sorry. What did you say?
So the rule is no insults.
No, you're allowed to insult people, and you can make ad homs if you want to. It's just a piss poor form of argumentation.
Well, I agree, but we weren't actually arguing. And when I actually am arguing, I don't do it, which you've seen. And none of these other guys may know, but you know.
I know you're more than capable of having a debate without like throwing out ad homs, sure. And I said that before this conversation even started. I was saying it to other
Yeah,
people.
right. Yeah, I mean, if anybody actually wants to discuss something with me, in good faith, I'd be more than happy to. But that just wasn't the flavor of the day today. We're just messing
If you're
around,
unclear about the
and
rules,
you guys want to get your panties in a
check
twist
rule
about it.
number 2. Decisions made by the admins are final. Whining can't even speak.
No, you
Incessantly.
can't.
Can you read the rules? Because you seem to be unclear on the rules, and you're still
Can you
whining
read the
about.
rules? I am the mod. I get to decide what is
You're whining
fair
about
and
the
what
rules.
is
Of course,
not,
I'm gonna
and
ask if
and
you
Come
I,
read
I
the
on,
you
rules.
cannot
Skep, for
question
fuck's
it.
sake.
Okay, that is rule number 2. Can you not read?
You're
For
literally
God's
bringing
sakes,
up the rules, and if
SB,
something is against the
how do
rules,
you have people
just
like
read the
these?
rules, and you'll
For
see
God's
that you should
sakes.
not whine about it. You fucking idiot. If you care about the rules so much, then
Yeah.
fucking follow the rules that are already there.
Okay. I guess the mods just can't make a mistake. They're infallible. How
No,
dare you
they're
question them?
they're not
You literally
infallible.
said that you misunderstood something I said, which I worded very clearly. So how is it me making the mistake?
What did I misunderstand that you said?
Let me find the message again.
What, that I should be in another chat room? Is that what you're trying to pull up?
Before.
We've been through this. It's a combination of two things.
I said,
But
stop ruining meme channel with your
asserted that it's
atheism
not,
versus
SD.
theism.
You may be
Hashtag
trying to make
theism.
it that, but he just asserted that it's not, because I said if I had said if the exact same thing had happened in another channel, would you have muted me? And he said yes. So it's not a
It would have
combination.
depended
It
on
literally
circumstances
had
again, because
nothing
it's
to
not
do.
just what he says. It would also have to do with what
Yeah, I said if the
Faithy said
same
in
thing had
response.
happened in another channel, that means that I say the
Yeah,
same thing.
if it
He
did,
says the same things in
if
the
the
same
same
order.
thing had happened, then I would have muted you because I would have
Right, so
warned
it's
you,
not a
and you would have
combination.
continued to be a
Okay,
cunt.
this is basic logic. It's not a combination. It's just the one thing.
She wouldn't have been debating you in the first place. She wouldn't have been in that channel because she
If
clearly
we had
doesn't want to
moved
debate on
over,
atheism
as soon as you
versus
said it,
theism.
okay, as soon as you said, hey,
If you
take
had
it to
moved over, she wouldn't have followed you. You can
How do
insult
you
her all
know?
you
What are
want.
you, an oracle? What is this? Do
Yeah,
you have a
I'm
DeLorean?
99%
Is there
sure she would
multiple?
not have followed
Oh,
you. She clearly
90%
did
sure.
not want to
You're
debate
100%
on
sure? You're
atheism versus
90%
theism.
sure? God's sakes.
You done?
These
You
people.
finally done?
Brandon, go ahead. It's your turn. Skep, please don't interrupt me. You can respond after. Thank you.
I think I've been responding as we're going. Like, before all of this kicked off, I told him he should be in a different channel, and that's just because I know Faithy wouldn't have even followed him there because she didn't want to debate on atheism versus theism, and he was trying to debate her anyway, but with ad homs in a meme channel, and then he started insulting her appearance, and then I was like, okay, now I'm just going to warn you because you're being a cunt, and you shouldn't be doing that in the first place because it's the incorrect channel, and she doesn't want to debate anyway.
Yeah, I understand. So, Skep, you have any reply to that?
No, I mean, if you guys can't see what's happening here
No, we
and what
can't
kind of
because you're
person this
wrong.
is, okay, I'll let you talk, but all right, I guess I'll just.
No,
Yeah,
Skep,
yeah,
go
sure.
ahead. You get to respond. Go on.
You guys can't see what kind of person that we're dealing with here, like what kind of baby we're talking about here that is like power hungry and just wants to mute people that he disagrees with for his biased reasons because he can't handle a rhetorical conversation that he engaged in. If you can't see that, then I can't
How
help
did
you,
I
Frank.
engage in
Right?
it?
You
He
engaged
he
in it.
doesn't have he doesn't have a history of like mod abuse. So
Well, I guess that history just started. I mean, how long's he been a mod?
No, that's just your interpretation.
appreciable amount of time. He's one of the newer ones.
What's
But
appreciable? 2 weeks?
no, more than that. Way more than that.
All right. Well, I guess nobody else has ruffled his feathers quite like me. I do have a knack for that, I'll admit.
You do, yeah. But
So are you done now? Finally.
Look at him. He's so salty. He mutes me, and he's the one with all the salt in his mouth. My God.
I'm salty. Did you see the DMs you were sending me?
He didn't get
You're
insulted. I
salty
didn't
about
insult
getting
his
muted.
appearance, and he's still salty. He knows that I'm right. He knows that I'm right and that he's a bitch. Sorry, is that an ad
Hang
hom?
on,
Is that an
right,
insult?
right
Sorry.
about what?
Sorry.
What is it that you think he knows you're right about, Skep?
That he's in the wrong. That he was engaging with me, and then he was being biased
The
and
messages are all
completely
still
not
there. You can go and
ungrounded
read
in
through
his
it again.
mute. I know exactly what I said. I know exactly what I said.
Anyone who believes you for some reason, like maybe they're a bit retarded, can go and read the messages and make their own decision. You don't need to keep making a case for the same shit that I've already refuted.
Yeah, well, you call that a refutation, all right.
Okay, so you're just making bullshit claims again. So you're clearly done, but you're still here for some reason. Anybody can make their own decision and read through the messages.
I think what we should probably do is move on to like something substantive rather than like discussions about discussions. Who's got something interesting that they want to talk about?
Who likes boobs?
Me, I like boobs.
Boobs or butts, though?